And I thought maybe we should touch on the one, it is appointed for men to die once, but after that, the judgment. Because that verse really is, that's probably the single most used verse to say, hey, reincarnation can't be true. And on the surface, it does sound like a reference to the mortal body, that, it is appointed for men to die only once. But considering that reincarnation is the transmigration of the soul into a different mortal body and not the same one that died, this verse, when interpreted to mean men are appointed to physically die once, even if you give it that physical connotation, it really doesn't contradict reincarnation.
No.
Because the verse says that it's appointed for men to die once, not live once. And I think it's a mistake to read the verse as literally referring to physical death, though. If we take it that way, then we have to reconcile the biblical accounts of resurrection, like Lazarus and Jairus' daughter. They were both raised from the dead, which would mean that in the course of time, they would have physically died more than once. It seems much more likely to me that there's a deeper and more mystical meaning. Then I would say that the self that dies only once is the false self, that egoic self or the persona. Our true self is what remains when this false self finally dies once and for all. And, think about it. Paul declared, I die daily in 1 Corinthians, and he could not have meant physical death here. So when we drill down into the deeper truth being conveyed, we begin to see that it's about that ego death. And Paul also said in Romans, now, if we died with Christ, we shall also live with Christ. So there's also a reference in that same passage to us being crucified with Christ. So it's not physical crucifixion or death. It's what Paul calls the flesh, and what can also be just called the ego or the false self. So I think it absolutely, whether you take it literally as physical or more metaphorical, either way, it just really doesn't contradict reincarnation.
And the physical part of it, not contradicting it, if people just listen to me, you're not your body. So when man only dies once, yeah, sure. Yes, that is absolutely. You're not a man though. You're energy,
That's right.
Yeah. You're the soul inside of the man.
Yeah.
The body is the man.
Yeah. This
I was trying-
character may die once,
Yeah,
but
exactly.
when we reincarnate, we're a whole new character, right?
Yep.
That's right.